Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one. So guys, this has to be the most sad and pathetic thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like guys, I knew that it was bad out here for these modern women, but this is like, winter is here, and we're gonna talk today, guys, about sologamy. Sologamy is what it's called. And these desperate women are out there marrying themselves, right? So they'll have like a wedding for themselves to show that they love themselves and they're worth it or whatever. So they can't find a guy to marry, so they marry themselves. And guys, I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. This has to be the saddest thing I've ever seen. So this girl here, she made a whole video about her own self-wedding, guys, and it is clown world. But before we jump into this, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It helps to keep this channel going. And guys, yeah, here, you got to see this. Here we go.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am getting married to myself.
The saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, let's keep going.
I'm having a commitment ceremony for myself. We're gonna have a little picnic as the ceremony reception type thing. And I bought myself some sunflowers, and today's just a day about self-love and self-worth. I've written some vows for myself, and
she wrote vows to herself. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh man.
And I guess I'm just exploring the concept of commitment, but commitment to self, because I feel like society really pressures us, particularly when we're nearing 30, to find someone and settle down and commit to them. And
there you go. She wasted her whole 20s probably riding the CC, and now she's hitting about 28, 29, 30, and all of a sudden she's looking around like, oh no. And instead of actually getting on the ball and saying, you know what, I should probably settle down soon, she's gonna commit herself to herself. That's not the most narcissistic thing that I've ever heard in my entire life.
And my life just hasn't panned out that way. And so,
of course not.
I just wanted to raise awareness that you can be completely whole and completely worthy and completely loving all by yourself. And I feel like I personally have been programmed to not need a relationship. My parents haven't instilled that belief in me.
Well, that's obvious.
I feel very lucky and privileged that I haven't had that pushed on me. But I think society, I feel the pressures from society really creeping in.
From society. No, it's called the biological time clock. Tick, tick, ticking.
And that I have to have all these things accomplished by 30, and because I'm 28 at the moment. And this is sort of an act of love for myself, an act of commitment to self.
An act of commitment to self. Self-centeredness. Narcissism. That's all it is.
And yeah, I can't wait to take you along the journey.
And it's just her and her little female friends out there in a circle in the park. Oh my god. Oh man. And they're throwing flowers at her. Oh. Oh no, yes, her friend is like the flower girl.
walk away from marrying a man you knew did not set your soul on fire. It was the first time I really saw true
The courage that you have to walk away from marrying a man who didn't set your soul on fire. So she was engaged before and walked away from her engagement. And guys, this happens to a lot of women. They find the guy who is a good guy to marry because he's boring. Guys, see, women don't understand that relationships, especially good ones, have always been routine. You get up, you go to work, you take care of the kids. It's not crazy and exciting because that's chaotic, right? So she probably had a really good guy who wanted to marry her, and she was just not quote unquote happy, or quote unquote he didn't make her tickle. So she left. And now she's forced to marry herself because she didn't marry the guy who wanted to marry her. Absolute clown world.
In you and the love that you had for yourself at that moment.
So now, instead of having a guy, a fiance, reading vows, she has to have her friend over here reading a little note to her. That's sad, guys.
Only be described as awe-inspiring. Ever since then, you well and truly have been on the path to you. And you always wanted to choose you, and sometimes that meant certain relationships didn't work out.
So you always had to choose you. So relationships didn't work out. Think about that statement. She's basically saying you're so selfish that you can't work it out with anyone and make that a good thing. That's not a good thing.
But it's better that way because those relationships didn't work out, so that the one you have with yourself could prevail. And that's
So those relationships didn't work out, so your relationship with yourself could prevail. Guys, if this is not modern women in a nutshell, right here, you're so selfish and self-centered and narcissistic that the person that you are in the best relationship with is yourself. And that's why, guys, stay away from these types of women. Stay away from them, you know?
those of us who really know you know that it's because of the great love you have for yourself. Your determination to express that your needs matter while still displaying so much care and compassion for the journey of others is what makes you who you are, and is why you are such a magnetic energy to all those friends around you. You inspire all of us to connect with ourselves and to make mistakes often, but to give ourselves compassion as we navigate through it. My favourite thing about you is just how excited you get about everything in life. On this day, your self-wedding day, I want to say thank you for being the very best, loyal, sometimes annoying, always...
Oh, and guys, if any woman in your life, your sister, your cousin, a coworker, I don't want to say female friends, because you guys know that I don't believe in men and women being friends. If they ask you to be a part of this, don't talk to them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or just here, just block them on social media, block the number for a long time, because this is foolishness. And any guy who shows up to one of these is just emperor simp of Simpland, you know?
Self-loving friends I'll ever have. You truly inspire me and keep doing you, girl.
Uh-oh, this is her vows to herself, guys.
For somebody, and we don't need to accomplish anything externally to recognize who we are and to know that we are already whole. The last few months especially have been incredibly expansive for me. I have realized how much I have grown and how close I am to really being in my most authentic self. This was not an easy journey. I have really had to reevaluate my life and look at the direction I want to take for me and me only. My security to be with another has led me into the arms of the wrong kinds of people. So today
Just think of all this woo-woo talk. My journey of self and my discovery of self and all this woo-woo meaningless crap. That's all this new age stuff that all these women always get steered into and makes them actually think that they're doing something, some type of self-improvement. And it's ridiculous things like this that A, keep women single, and B, keep them on this moronic path until they're staring down 40, 42 and 40, 41, 42, and next thing you know, they're trying to get IVF or freeze their eggs, you know?
I give myself a hug.
Oh my goodness. She actually gave herself a hug, guys. I usually don't laugh this much in my videos, and this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
In front of all of you, and I welcome myself home into a new chapter of my life. A chapter that honors who I am and what I want. One that looks fear in the eyes and has the courage to face all that I am fearful of. A chapter that is all about being worthy and loved. A chapter that focuses...
Imagine how self-centered this chick is. To actually call her friends out there and read this crap in front of them. All of them probably had so many better things that they... Well, no, because they're all in their late 20s and single. So I take that back, guys. They probably didn't have anything better to do on this day.
This is all my commitment to self first. I realized that my inner child was driving me to make decisions as the adult I am now. The inner child that wants to be heard, be seen, be loved, be valued, be respected. The inner child that took on way too much responsibility and only felt loved when accomplishing something so seeked external validation as a form of security. The inner child that grew up way too fast. So this chapter is also one that honors that little person who lives in here, in my heart. I bought myself a ring and some pretty jewelry.
She got herself a ring, guys. And I bet she's gonna wear it around too. Like, look at my ring. I'm married to myself.
To honor the words I say. This ring represents love and commitment to self. I love me despite the mistakes I have made. I love me even when I'm having a bad day. I love me even when I feel no one else does. And I love me and all that I am and all that I will be. So I stand here and commit to myself in front of the people that I love. I commit to never self-abandoning. I commit to being kind to myself. I commit to holding...
God, how long is she gonna go for, dude? Think about having this much to say about yourself. Like I said, this is self-centered, narcissistic behavior. I know that we throw the words narcissism around a lot, but I think this is textbook.
...with a thought that resonated with me in a
culture, there's a
Dip with yourself.
falls over. Yeah, go that way.
Keep going. Thanks, guys. Can we eat now?
Guys, so I'm not gonna even watch the rest because it's ridiculous. I can drop the link to the whole video in the description. I'm sure that you guys don't want to watch the rest either. But guys, let me know what you think. This is what modern women have brought themselves to, is marrying themselves. I mean, this is what it's come to. They're so selfish and self-centered that they can't make it work with a guy. So they have to buy themselves rings and marry themselves. Absolute clown world. All right, you guys. This is AJ. I appreciate you guys. I'm out of here.